Hey guys, so we just had, it wasn't a tornado, but I could see like I guess I would call it dust tornado coming across the field just south of our house. And so I tried, of course, getting my camera up or a video of it, but it happened so fast. And literally before I can even look to my right, it completely took out one of our little white sheds, which of course stored our antique incubator that is supposed to be full of pheasant eggs here in about a month. Some bee supplies and just other, storage stuff. I have no idea how it did not take out our greenhouse or the end of the chicken coop, but we have a heck of a cleanup to do now, and definitely not something that was in our plans. So, yeah, I will add a picture of what it looked like a few days ago. I am one of those really odd people that walks around and takes pictures of everything in the yard or just of our house maybe once a year, so that if a storm comes through. The incubator is the biggest thing. That was handed down to us, and it's a really neat antique. I have no idea how it didn't lift up this greenhouse. I think it just anchored down well enough that it didn't go, and it literally just lifted that little barn because it sat right here on the concrete. Literally was right behind my garlic tub, and that's Aaron's incubator, and I highly doubt it's going to be working, but when he gets home we'll start cleaning up and see. There's stuff in there, but it's, it could be worse. It wasn't the house. It wasn't the hoop shed. I don't think there's damage to the chicken coop, and actually I think the chicken coop stopped it. Oh look, there's the boys' skateboard. I bet they've been really missing that. So yeah, gotta love spring storms, but the coop literally stopped it. That's the roof. Didn't hit my garden boxes and didn't break the coop. So, I call that a win, I guess. Didn't take out Aaron's topper for his truck. That looks like I moved it a little bit maybe, but so I guess we'll be doing cleanup tonight if it stops raining. No fun, and now I'm gonna be on the lookout for another little shed, I guess. So, of course, this is, one of those projects or places that we've been needing to clean out. And honestly, because it wasn't a huge shed, it didn't have a ton of stuff in it, just, enough to be a pain. But the biggest thing is that incubator, and I mentioned it here a little bit ago too. But we haven't hatched pheasant eggs in a couple of years. So this year, that's what I got Aaron for Christmas. We lost a flight pen, and he lost a hunting spot that they used to love to go to. So I thought, let's get back into hatching eggs. And so they are set to arrive the first part of May. And now I'm not so sure this incubator is gonna survive. It's an old one. It was handed down from Aaron's cousin, like I said. And I just don't know if it's safe to use, since it, took a pretty good tumble, and we've never had a problem with it in the past, but you just don't know. So anyways, I guess that might be part of what we're looking for is an incubator. We had a friend to kind of show us a couple, but we'll have to wait and see what happens with insurance and how all that goes. So. I was doing my best to tell Aaron that I really wanted to try to save the old tin that was on the roof. He was not having it. And you know, when anything like this happens and tensions are a little bit high, things just seem to snowball from there. So when Aaron went to get the skid steer out to start this part of the cleanup, he ended up blowing a hydraulic line or something like that. So he had to actually go up to a tractor store here locally, and luckily it was open, and then fix all that before we could even get started. We knew we were kind of on a time crunch just because there was either another band of storms coming through within a couple hours and snow. So we were trying to get all of this cleaned up before all of that happened, and it was kind of, everything seemed to be working against us. I knew there was a couple pieces of rusty tin under there that was inside the barn, and while Aaron was down getting rid of what he had just loaded up, I was doing my best to get it out from underneath of there and save it for a super cool project, you know, in the future. So in the front of this building, I had a really neat a half piece of an old windmill that I had bought at an auction a long time ago, and I really wanted to save it. So he was holding up the side of the building so that I can get underneath of there and unscrew it and save it for hopefully a new building in the future. You know, I told Aaron last night when we were cleaning up that it wasn't, you know, anyone's fault or anything, and it can be stressful when something like this happens, but we worked together really well and got it cleaned up with, you know, all in one night before the snow came in, and had a little bit of help from Ella before she left for work, but we got it done. So now we just wait on insurance, and then hopefully someday we'll have another nice little storage barn there, and we can do another video on that. So thanks for joining us today, kind of on an unexpected video share, but we hope that you'll come back and see what's happening on our little farm again next week.